Hello friends, Kectil welcomes you to its YouTube channel, and as always, Alexandra Fomin, the creator of this channel, is with you. Today we will have a very interesting interview topic and conversation because our guest today is my colleague from Kectil, Fatima, is an authentic leader from Kazakhstan, a person who is passionate about cultural exchange, global citizenship, and social entrepreneurship. Glad to welcome you, Fatima. Good to see you today, and thank you for your time. Before starting our video, I would like to ask you to also introduce yourselves for our audience.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fatima Baimakhanova. As Alexander said, my passion is global citizenship, cultural exchange, activism, and entrepreneurship. And when I'm introducing myself, I love to explain it by a quote. So let me share this quote. In the land of endless green steppes and high mountains, where the winds whisper tales of ancient nomads, eagles fly under the cerulean cup of the sky, and the sun paints the river with golden blue colors, there is a young woman with a heart full of dreams for traveling and building intercultural friendships. Her name is Fatima, and she's from Kazakhstan. Get ready to watch this rising star from the heart of Central Asia.
Wow, that's really amazing and incredible. It is first time when I see such introduction into our channel. Wow, that's really impressive to be honest. I think it would be interesting for our viewers to hear about your way in the Kectil program in more detail. How did you get into the program? What was the most challenging thing for you in that way?
I have been a part of Kectil generation for 2 years. I joined Kectil in 2022 as a colleague and have been serving as regional coordinator of the Asia region since 2023. Also, I have represented my country at offline the 2023 State of Youth in Economically Developing Countries Conference. About the time when I joined Kectil, honestly, I don't remember because it was 2 years ago. I suppose that I was just browsing in the internet about some opportunities to join, and I found about Kectil. I wrote about the whole description that it's the cultural exchange program and where you could write assignments and interact with people from all over the world. And I was really interested to see how it will realize in the world. And I just applied and I was accepted. So it was a really interesting journey of 2 years.
Ah, that's really good. And what's going on right now with the Kectil? Are you participate some projects or are you still coordinate Asia region?
Yes, I continuing to coordinate my region, and I hope that during this year we'll have new projects and new interesting participants in our region.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool. And as far as I know and see your photos and posts on LinkedIn, you participate in many other projects. Could you please tell us more about your career and the project where you are involved in?
Thank you for noting about my post on LinkedIn. It's really hard to write something there, but when you write and people notice it, it's such a heartwarming welcome. So I think that my last project, it was cultural exchange and leadership program called Take Action Lab. It is a part of the Global Citizen Year program, where people aged from 16 to 21 years ages old will have leadership program in many parts of the world. In the 2023 year, the program was in South Africa, where 50 people from 30 countries gathered there and started to think about worldwide problems, about human rights organization, and environmental problems. And I was in Cape Town, South Africa, with other people, and I was an apprentice in human rights organization where I learned about women empowerment, equality, environmental problems regarding ocean, oil mining in the oceans, and social justice. I think that this program also helped me to know more about culture exchange and global citizenship because I learned how to be responsible for solving and thinking about the ways of tackling global problems. And I think that it's also a part of philosophy of Kectil about thinking how we need to solve some kind of problems. Because as far as I remember, we had a lot of assignments where we were thinking about the ways of how we need to solve pollution, maybe air pollution, water pollution, like, and I thought that like from theoretically thinking and researching from these problems to practically solving these problems, I think that was really a huge experience for me.
Interesting. And how long are you working in that way? I mean, with global citizenship?
It was just a short semester program of 3 months, but during these 3 months, I did a lot, and I think that I still need to continue working in this pathway.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really huge effort that you are doing for doing something great for our planet, for our people, doing really huge impact in the different environment and communities. I guess for our viewers also will be interesting and to hear from you. Have you looked for all this program projects where you participate? What is the most important thing when submitting a questionnaire to the organization involved in the into that project?
I think that first thing which I loved is Googling. When I think that I just need to do something new, I will just Google, for example, climate exchange programs for something years old. And then I will start to think about is this program a right fit for me or not? Or also, I think that there are a lot of websites in the internet about opportunities where I will choose, do I like it or not? And other second way, I think it's networking. When you have some kind of connections in LinkedIn or your friends, they will just think that, I think that this program sounds really like you, and they will suggest that you need to apply there or not. And also, I just want to note that during networking, I also was suggesting Kectil program to my friends, and they also applied. So I think that is a really great way of navigating, uh, like the knowledge of having these opportunities and sharing them with your social circle. And about applying for these programs, I think that the first thing which I love to think is that, do I like the meaning, philosophy of this program, and do I see myself here in the future? Um, I think that firstly, before applying, I will just search the website of this program, what are they doing and what are they planning to do in the future. So I will think how I can help them, or how can this organization and program will help me to boost my professional skills. And I feel that and during application process, I love to think about my skills and try to show them in the better format to the organization. And my like kind of tip for myself is that I have some kind of document where I fill all the applications which I did in the past. And when I do a new application, I will just think, I think that I did something similar in the past, and I will try to save from this document, and I will have this kind of template and will use it to strengthen my application to the new program. I feel that this kind of like collecting your application and your answers to them will help you to organize your professional skills format in some kind of in the format of essays, in the format of answers. I think that it's a really great way of tackling this application processes, and you will know your great sites and some kind of sites where you still have a room to improve.
Thank you very much for sharing such a little secret that help you to apply in the different projects and organization. And I get that you mentioned really good thing regarding networking and spreading the information about different projects and organization, because these things helps our youth in our countries also be there in the community, to be involved in the processes that helps to bring something impactful in this world in their countries. So thank you very much for sharing such really important and useful information for our youth. And also, I guess it would be interesting for us to hear from you about one of the big challenge that you faced in your career journey or some of the project that you participated. Could you please tell us something,
I
something
think,
like
yes,
that?
absolutely. I love this question. As a person from Kazakhstan, I can think that first some kind of challenge, it was language barriers. When you're like, I think that when interacting like in cultural exchange programs or worldwide programs, the main language of such programs it's English. And when you aren't speaking this language from a childhood, sometimes you don't know how to behave yourself in this language or think in this language. And when I started this kind of like career journey, it was really hard because sometimes you just self-doubt yourself that you don't know this language or you cannot express yourself well in this language, and you will think maybe I'm not worth it. And and after this, I started to think that I need to improve myself. Why I need to self-doubt that I don't know this language or I don't have skills to do it. So I think that this challenge was self-doubt and languages. And I felt that to be able to not self-doubt myself and be confident, I just needed to apply again, learn languages, and practice it more and more. So I will be confident about my skills and I will use it. And I just think that it could be a problem of many people who just don't feel themselves confident in other language. And I know that in the social media, many people share the ideas that they're confident or they're funny in their native language, but not in English or any other foreign languages. And I found it so similar to my problems which I had, because you just feel that you need to work more and more. But I also feel that this challenge is helpful because you are learning new things, you are learning new language and how you need to approach people from other countries, and that you need to be confident in your skills.
Yeah, I completely agree with that because I had the same challenge a few years ago. It was really hard for me to even apply myself to the different programs and projects. Of course, in my native language, it is one of the easy way to show myself in from the better way. But when you need to talk and write in English, it is huge challenge for the youth where they don't have really solid background in the school or at university and opportunity to learn it. But at the same way, I also agree in 100% that once you apply for example, 100 projects or organization, you send their applications and only, I guess, 10% you will get reply for them or even get opportunity to participate, something like that, because this is a way that helps me to understand how much I need to send, how many applications I need to send a way expressing myself and showing my passion to be there and helping to bring some impact to this world. So that's really good, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And also continuing this topic about challenges, it will be interesting to hear from you about top 3 key lessons that you learned in your professional life.
Mm-hmm. I think that I want to talk more about networking, because after engaging with people from all over the world, I understood that having this connection is really valuable. When I feel that prioritizing building strong relationships with your community and people from other countries is a really great way of strengthening your professional background or also your private life, because when you're networking, as I said before, they can also share other opportunities with you, or you can also benefit from helping each other. And I think that your social network is a new way of success in our world, because via your networks and people you know, you can benefit really in a great way in your career. I also think that seeking continuous learning and development is a way to strengthen your professional life. As I said before, learning foreign languages and gaining new skills will be a really great way of elevating career. Because when you're just not like, when you think that you just are in a normal level, like the world is changing and maybe your skills will not be enough in the future, so you just need to improve, improve, and improve. And I think that is a really great way, because uh, education is eternal. Like, educate yourself eternally and do it every time and anywhere. The third top key lesson is empowering others, because I feel that when we are empowering others, we are helping them to build their career, and they will also help other people in some kind of like circle, which will be really helpful to our society and to the development of our Earth as a whole, planet, and as a whole like economy.
Interesting. I guess we will put this all your lessons in the description for our viewers. It will be more easy to navigate and maybe notice for them and use these lessons in their career, in their projects, or in their lives. But also in our interviews, we like to talk not only about your career but also about your country, not from the way about explaining where it's located, how many people there are, but also more it is about challenges. And as far as I know, there are many challenges that young people face in your country, just like in my country or similar to ours. Can you please elaborate to them what is the most difficult part of the solving these challenges?
Of course, I would love to answer it. First of all, I think that I need to give more background about young population of my country. So the number of our whole population in Kazakhstan is 19 million, and the number of youths aged from 15 to 35 takes 29% of the country's population, which is 6 million people. So, and now let's talk about these people. Firstly, I want to emphasize the language, which we talked before. I think that the first challenge is the fact that not many people know language. So I want to talk about some statistics, and I know that in 2023, Kazakhstan had only 104th place by the level of English out of 113 countries, which were about the knowing English language. And I think that it's a really low level, because it means that not many people know it, and it means that it will mean that we aren't engaging in the worldwide work and other employment abilities. So I feel that language and not knowing English could be some kind of educational divide. But I feel that but we have some kind of like positive things, because with the government help, many people are learning English more, and the level of people who know English are increasing, and which is really good information. Other problem and challenge could be limited employment opportunities. So as a young country, we're having more young people, and job market could be really limited to the really huge, not huge, growing number of young people. So I feel that sometimes young people in Kazakhstan face difficulties in finding stable and well-paying jobs, especially in rural areas and smaller towns. But I'm also positive about it, because the government is also trying to help with unemployment. For example, Kazakhstan has 20 labor mobility centers and 207 career centers located in districts and cities, which will help people to find other jobs. For example, other program named First Workplace will temporarily employ citizens from 18 to 27 years old. The program named With Diploma to Village encourages young specialists to move to rural areas to work. I'm confident that this kind of programs will help young people to find employment opportunities in villages and smaller towns, and there they could gain some kind of experience and maybe will go to bigger cities to elevate their career. The third challenge is technological divide. I feel that there is some kind of digital divide between urban and rural areas, between megapolises and villages. And sometimes internet quality isn't that good in villages, which will create some kind of problems to navigate the internet and to see how the world is functioning. But I also want to share positive things that internet access is getting better. In 2023, there were 17 million mobile users with internet access in our country out of 19 million population. So I'm kind of hopeful that more people will use technology to learn more skills and to apply their skills to find jobs and to have more career opportunities. And I think that the last challenge will be education quality and access. While Kazakhstan has made significant investments in its education system, school, universities, there is some kind of disparity in access to quality education, particularly again in rural and remote areas. For example, the big cities could have really great schools with English programs or AG levels, and their schools in villages will not have same kind of opportunities. Maybe they will not have the same level of technology like computers as the cities. So when young people may not have access to educational resources, quality teachers, or modern teaching methods, their qualifications will be lower than their friends from cities, and in the job market, it will be considered as a minus. So I hope that we'll have more quality education everywhere in a country.
Thank you very much for sharing such challenges that you faced in your country. I guess in not everyone, but in every second country, we have the same challenges. And I'm glad to hear that some of them your government trying to solve via different programs and supporting way. This is good sign, I guess, that helps young people in your country be more confident about their future and their career and jobs. So I get this is really good and really nice to hear some positive things in the challenges because when I talk with other young leaders from different countries, they mostly think about challenges, but not so about some good thing that government trying to do for them and trying to solve somehow these issues. So thank you very much for that and sharing this information. Now we will know more about your country. And at the end of our interview, following a small hour tradition, I would also like to ask you about your wishes to young leaders who are watching us today. What advice would you give them?
I think that first advice is be confident. Be confident in your skill and just improve. So when you are learning new skills, you will be in better position. And I also want to say that you need to be resilient and persistent, stay committed to your goals, even in face of challenges. So, and continue to advocate for positive change in your country, in your society, in the world. And think globally, act locally. Consider how your actions align with international efforts to address challenges. For example, I want to suggest that participate in Kectil program, learn and do our assignments, and do the same. Implement some kind of approaches in your country and do better to your society.
Wow, great. Thank you for such a good inspiration words, I would say. I guess after your words, everyone will apply to the Kectil program. That will be really nice for us because more young people will be involved into changes, into impactful changes of this world. So thank you very much, Fatima, for your time and for an inspiring interview for young leaders. And as usual, I remind for our viewers that it is important for us to see your support and activity on the channel. So do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kectil channel. Thanks.
Thank you.